is the most Hermitage Abbey in the world. They lived in the Alps in France. But 10 years ago, they made a branch in Korea, Carthusian Monastery. So, Saint Benedict Vegan Abbey donated their land to the Carthusian Monastery. So, we, National Nature Trust, made the nature conservation contract with the Carthusian Monastery as a trust, that is to say, occupier. Saint Benedict is landowner, Carthusian Monastery is occupier, and the National Nature Trust is trustee. Three subjects made for the nature conservation contract. So in this year, we planted the trees in this area like this, but at that time it's heavy rains. This is the boss of that abbey. Not so long as to make proud of our experiences, but much exercise the several experiments, from requesting donation on the basis of charity to voluntary carbon offset for response to climate change, being based on such experiences. Our time is close to end, so I will make an end of my presentation. Before closing our conservation campus, we make some comments and we would like to share a prescription for each other. I think the model of Mondragon is based upon the community model, and the model of Philippines is based upon the government and the community. But I think there is little in Korea the cooperation model. The Korea has developed so fastly, but our legal system ordinarily was based upon command and control model. So to speak, top-down model. In recently, our government tried to the community-based model, but comparison to the cases of Philippines and Spain, we yet are running short of the community-based model. The suggestions of two presentation in this afternoon is we are running short of the cooperation between the government and the community. Afterwards, Korea has to try to have a more community-based model. In this year, our government enacted the Cooperative Act, so to speak, Basic Cooperative Act. Already there were several acts relating the cooperatives, but yeah, so to speak, our cooperatives are relating to agricultural or fishery or forestry. But to my story, the model goes to the model of finance, not cooperation, but financial. Financial is easy to get money. So many scholars think our old cooperative model has failed. So our government enacted a new Cooperative Act. But the old experiences in the old cooperative legal system are menace to the new model. Many officers and many managers are inclined to dependent upon the old-fashioned, old paradigm. But this is not so good. So, in the case of developing the new paradigm of cooperatives, we should compare the model of Mondragon and as well as the Philippine community-based model. If you have any suggestions or comments about our presentation or our prescriptions, please give your opinions freely. How about Andy? Yeah, please use the mic.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, Dr. John. I hope I'm not wrong in spelling your name. I don't want to give questions, but it is more reflections from the speakers. So, from both of the professors, the first and the second professor, I think what we learn is that even though both of them speak about two different things, but we learn similar, what we call similar lessons. First, that the involvement of the community is the keyword in managing the forest as well as in managing the corporations. It means that we should include the stakeholder as much as we can, and we should decide our goals based on their interests. So that would be my impressions to these two speakers. So what I learned from the Mondragon case as well as from the Filipino forest management, we can see that the democratic governance, like in Mondragon, and then participations, as well as labor is the main actor, not the capital. That would be a very important one when we manage such big corporations. So we include our employees as well as an asset. crucial
Yeah,
aspect.
you speak about the second presentation. Yeah,
So,
not
so
first.
I tried to combine what I learned from these two speakers. That would be my my reflection from these two speakers. So the keyword is that we should involve as many stakeholders as we can and heard what they say and try to implement. So there would be many support to achieve our goal. That would be my comment. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any reply? Okay. Next, Mrs. Park, Sukhyun Park. Yeah. Yeah. Use the microphone. Yeah.
I have a question about how Mondragon's principles apply to other countries when they globalized, because they have some branches in other countries, including China. And I also want to know what kind of principles they can apply to other local people. So, because it's not from the local, and it's from other countries, other areas. So it's going to be a totally different kind of cultures. So I had a question about it.
Yeah, I think that question is important, but page. Yeah. How about right? Yeah.
Well, it's a typical question where when we talk about Mondragon abroad, many people ask us what happens with the workers of the subsidiaries. Because as I told you before, Mondragon is formed by 260 companies, but only half of them are cooperative societies. And the reason why only 50% of them are cooperative societies is because we have subsidiaries. The main office would be of the companies would be in the Basque Country, and the subsidiaries would be outside the Basque Country. This means that the subsidiaries can be in other regions of Spain or in different countries. The real problem is, well, I think there are two problems. First of all, people must be ready to be a member of a cooperative, because if you are a member of a cooperative, you must assume that your position is to be the owner of a company. So when there are profits, everybody's happy. But when there are losses, the members, all the members, must assume these losses and perhaps have to pay these losses from using their own private money. So sometimes when we try to open a subsidiary, for example, in Spain, the workers don't want to open a cooperative because they are not ready to assume the rights and the duties of being a member. So for this reason, some subsidiaries are not cooperatives. Another reason for not using the cooperative model, especially in other countries, is because the concept of cooperative society is not the same, for example, in the Basque Country and in Brazil, or China, or Korea, or Poland. Some governments don't like cooperatives because they are linked to some political ideas. So we prefer to open a traditional trading company and then introduce some participatory models. For example, to give the opportunity to the workers of the company, of the society, to take part in the social bodies of the company. The first level would be give information. The second level would be to elect as members of the social bodies of the company. Another way to get involved to these workers in the company, not being members, is to give a part of the surplus of the company as an extra bonus in their salary. So this means financial participation. And the last level would be to become members, but this would be after several years and after being educated, and they must be conscious about what it means to be a member of a company.
Thank you for your concrete reply. Yeah. Is there any, Director of the National Lecture Trust, Kim In-hyun.
My name is H. Kim. I cannot frequently speaking English, so I have some question from Mondragon case. I can speak the Korean. 첫 번째 질문은요.
Just a moment. How many questions do you have?
2 questions.
Yeah.
몬드라곤이 그 사회적 기업으로서 스페인에서 성공을 한 기업으로 지금 이해를 했고요.
As far as I understood, Mondragon is kind of successful social corporate in Spain.
성공을 하기 이전에 초창기 설립 당시에 많은 애로사항을 가지고 있을 거라고 생각이 드는데요. 그 중에서 특히 자본 조달 문제에 있어서 여러 가지 문제가 좀 있었을 것 같은데 그 자본 조달 문제를 어떻게 극복해서 성공을 하게 됐는지를 좀 얘기해 주셨으면 고맙겠고요.
Before your success, I believe that there must have a lot of problems at the beginning of your establishment. So, if there are any financial problems, and I would love to know that, and I want to also know how did you deal with or overcome that, the financial resources providing.
네, 두 번째 질문은 아까 프레젠스 보면은 이익을 창출하는 그 유닛하고 그 다음에 로스가 발생하는 유닛이 있는데 그거를 나중에 엔드 오브 파이낸셜 이어에서 서로 옵셋을 시킨다고 했거든요. 그럴 경우에 이제 각각의 이익을 창출하는 데 있는 출자자와 그 다음에 손익이 발생한 출자자에서 공평시 못하는 게 발생할 수 있는데 그랬을 때 그런 이슈를 어떻게 해결했는지. 이상입니다.
And from the presentation that you delivered, there is a profit-making unit and also losses-making unit, and they can be offset together. And I want to know if there is any disparity between the profit maker and losses maker, if I'm understanding right.
Yeah. Second question is relating to the pooling of profit, I think, and the first question is. Related how to gain the capital at the beginning of cooperative. If possible, please short reply, please. Shortly reply, please.
Well, the first question, Mondragon was created.
Please translate.
In English or? Mondragon was created to solve, I think, an economic problem. After the Civil War, in the town of Mondragon, there was huge poverty. So a Catholic priest called José María de Villarrieta, a Catholic priest, time of Mondragon. And the first thing he did was to create a school and to start training people. And these people who were training in this school then opened the first cooperative. And then more cooperatives start being created, and this is Mondragon, a group of cooperatives. Sorry? It's an association of companies. It's not a holding. It's not a company who owns different companies. It's an association of companies with common rules, and the cooperatives, which are in the base, in the lowest level, are who decide how to act the whole group. So this is a very important idea.
Can you please tell the name of the guy?
Yeah, Jose María Arizmendi Arteta. Jose María.
처음에 시작할 때는 경제적 어려움이 많았는데요. 세마리아라는 분이 오셔서